symphony. Master nothing.
What's up, guys? This is Sim with Vengeance, and I'm back here with some more NCAA Football 14 Dynasty featuring my team, the Iowa Hawkeyes, and today we are taking on the University of Minnesota. I actually live in Minnesota. For those who do not know, I live in Mankato. It's just an hour and a half southwest of Minneapolis, where the University of Minnesota is located, and I am from Iowa, where I was born and raised, and all that happy shit. But this isn't about me. This isn't about the team, really. It's about Mark Wiseman, and what he has been able to do this season is just absolutely remarkable. Oh my god, I cannot say any more about this kid. I mean, last week he had over 200 yards rushing. As you see him just pulling off a nasty juke move right there, just absolutely insane. This kid is amazing. If this kid isn't a first round draft pick, or even like top 5, as a matter of fact, like, this kid, it should be a #1 pick. Just saying. Look what he's done this season. Look what he's doing right now. This kid's amazing. And if they don't give him the Heisman, it would also do the game injustice. And I would probably quit the Dynasty if he didn't win the Heisman. Wiseman for Heisman, right? We've been campaigning that since, I don't know, day 1 of this Dynasty. Since the Dynasty ever began, we've been campaigning for this guy to win the Heisman. He's been carrying this team ever since day 1. This guy is a true hard worker, and deserves to be one of my many NFL prospects. Many. Last year we had like 3, I do believe. We had CJ Fedorowicz, Tanner Smith, and I do believe somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think we had 3 last. And this year I plan on having a lot more. Hopefully I can get some of them to stay. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm really not. I'm kind of thinking that, well, obviously Mark Wiseman is going to go pro. Maybe Jake Rudock, but he hasn't had the greatest season. Probably a couple of my offensive linemen, but I'm going to try and get them to stay as well if they're not seniors. A few of my defensive players as well might go pro. So who knows? We're already up 14-0. We're absolutely killing Minnesota. And they're finally getting the running game going with Roderick Williams. But, yeah, it's just one of those days where it's just Minnesota is just looking like crap. And about Minnesota, they're 0-5, I do believe, in Big Ten play. And it would only add, what the season they had. I think they're like 2-6 overall. Or not, yeah, something like that, 2-6. But they've had a pretty crappy season. So if you haven't won a Big Ten game at all this season, I mean, you're just that bad of a team, or something's going on where I don't know about, like maybe some injuries or something like that. Like, teams just had bad luck. So Dexter Foreman trying to run the read option, not happening. It is now 4th down and 5, and Minnesota is going to end up settling for a field goal. You see Michael Moore making that play on that previous play, getting that read option to be stopped, and it is now 14-3 as Minnesota makes the field goal. We're battling for the Floyd of Rosedale Trophy. If you don't know, that is the battle for pretty much a peg. Goes way back ever since the rivalry started. I think Iowa actually owns this rivalry. If I'm not mistaken, Iowa does own this rivalry. So it just add another win, baby. Just keep on adding them wins, right? So Mark Wiseman with 126 yards in the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, most running backs don't even get that in a game, and Mark Wiseman did that in a half, like a quarter and a half. He didn't even get that in the first half. He got that in a quarter and like halfway through the second. And Mark Wiseman is just getting another touchdown right there, just piling on the stats. This guy's amazing. I know I'm sounding like I'm giving this guy like the whole team MVP. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Iowa offense has been pretty spectacular the last few days. And there's been some games, honestly, where Mark Wiseman hasn't even been like that much of a factor. I mean, yeah, he's pretty much gotten 100 yards every single game. But there's games where Jake Rudock just took control. That Northwestern game was definitely one of them. He threw 6 touchdown passes, threw it for over 500 yards. I mean, but then again, we kind of had to in some certain circumstances. We were down by like 10, I think, and we had to throw the ball, so we couldn't really run it. I really wanted to give it to Wiseman, but we couldn't. But it is what it is, and we're trying to move up to 8-2 on the season. You know, our goal is to try and win more games than we did the last, and our goal this year is to try and win 12 games. Well, we can only if we make the Big Ten championship. We have to win every single game from here on out. We have to beat Michigan next week. We have to beat Nebraska the week after. And if we go to the Big Ten championship, which I'm guessing we probably will if we win out, then we have, I think in the Legends division, I think it's Indiana or Ohio State. Believe it or not, Indiana has only lost one game in the Big Ten. And if Ohio State somehow loses, I think Indiana would own that tiebreaker, because I don't think they've played each other yet or are going to play each other soon. I'm not 100% sure. I had to look at the schedule. But it's looking pretty good for the Iowa Hawkeyes to go to the Big Ten championship. It doesn't matter who we face. We're going to dominate. Hopefully. If it's Ohio State, I'm not thinking we're going to dominate. But if it's Indiana, probably. Indiana's not that great of a football team. I think they just got a weak schedule this year. Who knows? But we're up 28-3 here in the third quarter. Look at Damon Bullock showing off his moves, getting the first down, and just doing Damon Bullock type stuff. 3rd down and 1, handing it off to the Lightning once again, but he gets stuffed short of the first down, and we're going to have to go for it because our kicker's not strong enough from that range. So off to a quick strike to Ray Hamilton, and Ray Hamilton gets us a first down. Ray Hamilton's a pretty good tight end, actually. I like him. Got some good hands. He can block. Just what you need in a tight end. So Jake Rudock on 3rd and 7. Quick strike. Jacob Hillier can't reel it in. So we're going to have to settle for a field goal. The kick is up, and it is wide left. No good. First missed field goal this season. Not good. Not good at all. 3rd down and 1. They're trying to run that read option, but Carl Davis is there to stuff it. And we're going to have to get the ball back, of course, because they can't move the ball. So 2nd and 4. We're going to try and hand it off to Mark Wiseman, and Mark Wiseman just doing Mark Wiseman things, getting first downs, you know, just being a beast. Typical Mark Wiseman, you know, just another day at work, in the office, you know, just putting in that work, extra hours, you know, getting that overtime paycheck. Good Lord. By the way, it seems he's putting in that double, triple, quadruple, quintuplet overtime. He's getting that money. He's going to be making that NFL money. Trust me. Damon Bullock gets a gain of 12 on the play and another Hawkeye first down. Here we go. 1st and goal. Mark Wiseman, that's too easy. That is too easy for Mark Wiseman. You can't let a good running back like him just torch you like, oh, picked. Give me that pick. That's Jordan Lomax, baby. Our defense has really stepped it up the last few weeks, and I think it's mainly because of the defense that why we've been getting these blowouts. Our defense has been playing spectacular football, and maybe it's me changing up my schemes a little bit. I don't know. I'm starting to run more man coverage, and it's really working out. And, you know, slow. My DBs are fast. I think most of my DBs are like 90-plus speed, so I don't know. But Minnesota's receivers probably aren't that fast. I'm just saying. So it's now 42-3 as Damon Bullock gets one of his own. This time it's someone other than Mark Wiseman. I know Mark Wiseman's been stealing the spotlight pretty much this whole season. But, I mean, you can't go wrong. Like, you can't disagree with what he's been doing. This guy's amazing. I mean, I keep on bragging about this kid, but I have the full right to. You would brag about him too if you had a running back like this. I mean, back in the Ohio Dynasty, I had a guy like Gerald Dickerson or whatever. This guy was a beast. He's not Gerald Dickerson, but he's pretty damn close to. Well, he's past that. This guy's way better than the guy I had in Ohio Dynasty. My goodness. So Damon Bullock getting the ball once again, showing off his juke moves. That guy has like amazing juke moves, I swear. So we're going to try and punch it in one more time with Mark Wiseman. I know the clock is showing like single digits, but Mark Wiseman's just got to get in there one more time and break. He's setting school records. He's setting NCAA records, ladies and gentlemen. He's setting NCAA records. We win 49-3, and like I said, we have to go to Michigan and Nebraska. So 2 road games in a row. I do believe Nebraska is in the top 10. So this would be a tough challenge to go into Lincoln and beat Nebraska. Remember last year when we faced Taylor Martinez, it wasn't that easy Taylor Martinez was a cheeser. Even though their defense wasn't really there, their offense did put up a few points. So it is what it is. And I don't think they do have Taylor Martinez this year, if I'm not mistaken. But who knows? But I'm really excited to finish this season and go on to the 3rd year of the Dynasty. We're getting really close. Just a few more games left. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're a first-time viewer, please subscribe. But you always, like I always say, like Mark Wiseman, my God, you cannot get enough of this kid. This kid's going to be more famous than Jameis Winston, I swear. But until next time, my name is Sid with Vengeance, and I'm the mayor of Jam City, and I'm out. Peace.